A very warm welcome to IDFC FIRST Bank presents Leaders of Tomorrow Season 12. I'm Ritwika Gupta, coming to you straight from this beautiful city of Goa. Yes, tonight we are bringing you highlights from our recently concluded Goa Springboard Part 1. In the first segment, Ajeet Kumar, Zonal Head West Branch Banking, IDFC FIRST Bank, tells you all about the opportunities for businesses in Goa and much more. In the second segment, an exciting conversation lined up with Pooja Bedi, actor and founder of Happy Soul.
Welcome to Goa, a land of pristine beaches, lively markets, vibrant nightlife and growing opportunities. Known for its rich heritage and stunning architecture, this coastal state is evolving into a thriving center for business and sustainable growth.
We have visited Kalinguit Beach and it was quite very nice. I have seen that roads are very much wider, so there is no problem of any traffic here.
Goa, usually we come to chill. There are a lot of restaurants, a lot of food industry is growing in Goa, and the hotel industry is, hotel industry is developing a lot.
While tourism has been its backbone, Goa is now expanding its horizons with a growing IT sector and a strategic push to become a major cargo and cruise hub. With a well-developed coastal infrastructure, the state is unlocking new trade and business opportunities.
ज़्यादातर बाहर के ही लोग हैं, तो बिजनेस करते हैं, कोई रेस्टोरेंट चलाता है, कोई दुकान चलाता है, कपड़े का है, ज्वेलरी का है.
Last few years, business was so good. Maybe these days, business is going a little bit up and down. A lot of people, they are coming here, they want to invest here.
As India's first Har Ghar Jal certified state, Goa is setting new benchmarks for sustainable development. Today, Goa is not just a tourist paradise, but an emerging hub for new opportunities and growth.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of IDFC FIRST Bank Goa, I'm welcoming you, all of you, for this fantastic event which we're having. We already have a power-packed panel discussion, and I'll quickly take you through a small presentation what we think about Goa as an entrepreneur market and what we have to offer from our side to this fantastic state in creation, which is beyond tourism now. Goa has got a rich history and beautiful architecture, so which attracts tourists all across the world. We have the scenic retreats, so those beautiful beaches and the landscapes for which Goa is all known about, which is attracting more number of tourists these days from inside the country also. Culture, I think it's a beautiful amalgamation of East and West culture at the same point. So you have the old Portuguese culture. Now we have the resident localites here in Goa who participate in both these events here together. In last 4 years, Goa see an upside growth of around 30 lakhs, 1.4 lakhs of population addition. If you compare it with 2011, tourism, as far as which is the heart and soul of Goa, we saw and welcomed around 1 crore plus domestic tourists and around 5 lakhs international tourists to this beautiful state of Goa. Biotechnology is one segment which is kind of growing really well. The 5th annual Biologic Summit had taken place in Goa in January this year only. While Goa might be the smallest state in the country, but it's not the same in terms of when it features the power-packed contribution towards economy. And that's where we share some common link with Goa, because we are also a new entrant as far as banking segment is concerned, and we have been very, very vocal in terms of making our presence felt in Goa. So we now have around 7 branches in Goa, well positioned at all the strategic locations where we can serve you better. Quickly giving you an view about what IDFC FIRST Bank is. It was created with the merger of IDFC Limited and IDFC Bank and the Capital First. Both came together with with their unique, possibilities which they were offering. The CASA ratio grown from 8.68% to 46%, which is very, very good as far as industry standards. The book composition, which was largely a large corporate book dominating our overall book, we brought it down to only 23% in last. It was part of our strategic vision towards our goal of the NIMs, which were hovering around 2.89%, is now at around 6.36%. So you can see the figures are supporting really well in favor of a bank which is not of that vintage. We positioned ourselves as a challenger bank, which challenged the status quo, which probably the industry was currently going through. And we started so many industry-first initiatives. We started giving monthly interest rate where your interests are earning interest every month, unlike most of the other banks who were giving quarterly interest, and which was actually adding to the profitability for the person whosoever is keeping money with us. We are largely a tech bank, so our digital initiatives all across. You can see our common seal here, which suggests we are very high and involved into technology. We are a very ethical bank. We are present all across the country. We have a fantastic retail lending solutions where every consumer financing and the loans and all. We have been very, very successful here. SME lending for the business segment. We have our CASA and fixed deposits, all industry first products which got launched. We have a fantastic NRI banking. We have a power-packed wealth management system, very knowledgeable. We have credit cards which are industry first in terms of pricing and offering. We have the Fastex. You must have seen we very prominently present in all the tools all across the country. On the trade finance side, we have all the solutions available to the people who are involved into these kind of transactions. Transaction banking on the payment and the collection sides, we have the complete suite of products available for you to enjoy banking with us. Treasury, all cross-border transactions, we are very much there. The treasury is very, very enabled with giving you competitive rates. The supply chain financing for the vendors financing and everything. I think that has been a great requirement for the MSMEs who are growing with a faster pace, and we are there to support them in terms of financing. Corporate lending, as we were the masters in this when IDFC Bank was working in isolation, and that's how we see the challenges being faced by an MSME. So I think some of the key challenges which the MSMEs are facing these days, mostly the startup side, access to finance. So we are here to help and make the finance available to the entrepreneurs, largely in the MSME segment, while we are present all across consumers and the large corporates. Digital banking solution, I think today there's no need to be hooked to the bank physically. I think we have created roadmaps, we have created platforms where customers can do transactions wherever they are. We have bundled multiple facilities in one current account. The supply chain financing, most of these people need to do funding to their vendors, and that's where we come in picture for dealer financing and invoice discounting and all. Payment solutions, all the digital payment solutions are available through us. Transaction banking, payment and the collection side. Some of the features which are industry first. Zero banking fees for 25 transactions, 25 services which we offer, all the lending solutions. That we have got a 4.8 rating for our app. Universal banking products, multiple products around credit cards, FD-backed credit cards. So monthly interest which I already discussed. Largely from the bank side, we are present all across the state, and we are ready to expand our business on both liability and asset sides, and we are here to serve you.
It's time for a quick break. We'll be back shortly. Stay tuned. Welcome back to IDFC FIRST Bank presents Leaders of Tomorrow Season 12. Tonight we are bringing you highlights from our recently concluded Goa Springboard Part 1. In this segment, as part of our Women Mean Business feature, we are bringing you a conversation with Pooja Bedi, actor and founder of Happy Soul, who speaks to me about India's booming wellness market, opportunities in Goa and much more. So, Pooja, first things first, I want to understand. Now, you have made a mark in the glamour industry as an actor, as a host, as a model. Why entrepreneurship? What inspired you to get into entrepreneurship?
All right. Well, there's a different entrepreneurship, which I've done before with my ex-husband, launching Furniture Wala with him in production, client handling, delivery, etc. And wellness entrepreneurship, which is what I do today. It actually goes back. You have to kind of rewind back a little bit. It's a lot to do with my lineage. Technically, I am, or historically, or legend coming down, I am the 18th direct descendant of Guru Nanak Ji. That's part of my DNA bloodline. I think that does count for something in my journey, which I've taken today. My grandfather, that's my father's father, paternal grandfather, was Baba Bedi. And he healed thousands and thousands and thousands of people during the course of his life. My grandmother, Frida Bedi, my father's mother, is the highest ordained Buddhist nun in the world. And I grew up with all these thoughts and philosophies and concepts from Buddhism to Guru Nanak Sahib to my mom and energy healing. And it certainly plays a big role in you asking questions and finding answers. And I embarked 30 years ago on a journey of figuring it out. And I did a whole bunch of courses, certifications, diplomas. It could be energy sciences. So when you talk about, say, for example, Usui Reiki, I'm one step away from being a grandmaster. Karuna Reiki, we talk about magnified healing, soul temples, shamanism, and those are the energy sciences and more. Then you have a concept of going into the theory of mind, your conscious mind, the power of it, the subconscious mind. We talk about clinical hypnosis, we talk about spiritual hypnosis. You talk about neuro-linguistic programming, which is the way your brain talks to you. And in about 2016, I did a series of workshops across the country. I started a series called the Happy Soul Workshops. And it essentially started amalgamating quantum physics and Newtonian physics and putting it together with these very lovely PowerPoint presentations so that somebody who doesn't know energy, doesn't know anything about these sciences, can understand their body, their mind, the correlation between manifestation, depression, disease, how to change everything about you and that you had the power, how to harness it, how to recognize your blocks, how to overcome it, how to deprogram, reprogram, reinvent. And these were highly successful. Imagine how many people are there who have this knowledge, who have this ability to help trigger these changes in people. And people don't even know how, firstly, they don't know about these sciences or how to access people who can change their lives. And I said, my God, I need to start a platform of some kind where the seekers can find the people who can give them the kind of knowledge and expertise and guidance and resources that they would need. And the whole concept of Happy Soul as a company was then formed, which then went into being an LLP company, and then it went into becoming a private limited company. The company is Magicians of Wellness, India Private Limited. My brand is Happy Soul. That's how Happy Soul came in. That's how my journey into entrepreneurship started.
Fantastic. So you have told us what Happy Soul stands for. Tell me, if I were to sign up at Happy Soul, what are the offerings? What can I sign up for? What are the products and services?
Okay, so basically when you look at the wellness market, it's a massive market, okay? But it's completely fragmented. Somebody is doing Ayurveda, somebody is doing homeopathy, somebody is doing energy healing, somebody is doing skincare products that are chemical-free, somebody is doing something else. There's no one aggregator because this platform that I've created is an amalgamation of all of that, where you can go and you will find products that are really good for you, whether it's beauty and personal care, whether it's organic foods that you can buy, whether it's resources that you need, whether it's experts that you need to tap into, whether it's travel that you need to cater to your wellness needs. What is good out there? How many of you have heard of Swastik Wellbeing Retreat? How many of you have heard of Tula that's coming up? None of you all have, because you all don't know about these things. Now imagine if there was one platform that you could go to where every single wellness need and a query of yours was answered.
Pooja, how do you define a happy soul? Like, what is happiness according to you?
Happiness is the now, okay? And to me, everything should bring you joy because it's our journey of life. We're born and we die, and there's this tiny life in between. So many of us just exist. We don't live. We've forgotten how to find joy in the smallest of things. What defines your journey is how you respond to what happens. The same thing can happen to two people, and they will respond dramatically differently to the same situation based on their conditioning, based on their thought process, and based on their desire to see a happier world and place for themselves.
So why Goa? Why did you choose Goa as your base?
Well, let's see. Goa has multiple industries here that it's famous for. There is fisheries, there's agriculture, there's pharmaceuticals, and then there's tourism, right? I think when you look at the tourism aspect, medical tourism was a very big thing, but it is wellness tourism that is sort of going to be the next big thing for the world and also for India. And Goa, I truly believe, has the potential to be that. And I truly feel it's something that we should be tapping into. And no better place. I'm a Goa-registered startup. I'm under Startup Goa. I'm under Startup India. And there's no better place, according to me, to be the epicenter for wellness tourism in the future.
Absolutely. And I want to ask you, when you were starting out, just about starting up your company, what was the experience like for you in terms of both the challenges and the opportunities?
As you said, I speak my mind. All right, here we go.
Please go ahead.
It's not been a cakewalk. It's been utterly devastating, and it has been very tough. And I'll say this because I think people need to know. I decided to create a series of cafes, right? I want to create cafes in Goa. That's my big thing. And I go out there and I have my NOC rejected for wellness, my NOC rejected for cafe, wellness cafe. I have my NOC rejected for yoga. And when I go to the panchayat and I ask the sarpanch, like, why am I being rejected? One of the reasons given to me is there's not enough parking. So I went to the sarpanch and I said, you know that parking is not an issue. You're the sarpanch of this area, Mr. Naik. I said, you should, that's a really ridiculous reason to be citing. And it's literally 5 minutes up the road from here. And he said, is it? So I said, yes. He said, all right, I'll come do a check. I said, all right. What time will you be coming tomorrow to do this check? No, madam. As per law, I can take 6 months to come. I said, I am 5 minutes up the road, and you're telling me it's going to take you 6 months to walk 5 minutes up the road. I'll take you right now in my car if you want to check how much parking I have. And I know fully well you know how much parking my place has. So he then says, madam, you like my office? And I'm like, yes, a very nice office. How do you think I got this office, madam? All this very nice, the AC, like my cabin, you like everything. I mean, this is the kind of stuff you have to hear, and nobody talks about it. Okay? I don't support or endorse this kind of behavior. Yes, I may have put in crores of my money and lost crores of my money because I walked out. Entrepreneurs put their everything into creating a business. They risk everything, and a system needs to support that. A system needs to enable you, not disable you.
No, absolutely, I agree. But taking cue from your experience, what would your advice be then, for women in business in the state of Goa, in terms of how they can actually navigate the challenges that you did, or perhaps tackle them in a way that, worked for you?
Women, for every 10 startups, only 2 are funded. 10 funded startups, only 2 women get funded out of 10. Okay, that's first. Secondly, the valuations given to companies that are women-led are less compared to the valuations given to companies that are male-led. The startling part about all of this is that women-led businesses generate about 2x of revenue compared to male-led businesses. So there's no logic or reasoning for that. So technically, you're looking at a space where women have a back foot. They also are not aggressive in the boardroom when it comes to demanding rise and demanding things. So they're again on a back foot there. Okay. So these are certain issues that women face. I have the potential for my company, which is wellness oriented in a $6.2 trillion economy right now, being the only first mover in an aggregator space. I have the potential to be a unicorn company, right? And I've had to take my business back to Bombay. Whereas even when I become that, Goa will get the glory for it because I'm Goa registered.
So, Pooja, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about the wellness market. Globally, it is booming. I think there is an understanding, awareness, as well as interest. But what about in India, the market here in India, and what opportunities do you really see? And are there certain trends that you're really excited about?
Well, wellness is a very exciting space. And right now, I think holistic wellness is topping the charts because everybody is now not looking at wellness as a physical space. People are now looking at wellness as mental wellness, physical wellness, emotional wellness, financial wellness, sexual wellness, social wellness, environmental wellness. If one of these 8 forms of wellness are not in place, you are out of sync. As the numbers grow, you realize how many more people are looking at holistic wellness in their lives to have healthier, happier lives, right? That's one. The second thing is, as I spoke earlier, is wellness tourism. Right? Wellness tourism is something that is really, really taking off in a very big way.
So, Pooja, as an entrepreneur, tell me, are there certain lessons from the film industry or the glamour world that you're applying to your entrepreneurship journey?
Well, the unpredictability is a great part. That's the one thing we have in common. The second, I would say, I'm very fortunate that because of being in films and having had a certain kind of public status, that people are interested in what I do. And therefore, I get a lot more eyeballs. I get a lot more eyeballs in my projects. So all that makes a big difference because at the end of the day, you get to go to places, doors open easily for you. You can access, the people in places that you need to access without any difficulty whatsoever. So that's been a real big plus point for me. So I really thank who I was because that's enabling me to be who I am and who I'd like to be in the future.
So, our show, Leaders of Tomorrow, is watched by a lot of small business owners, young entrepreneurs, startup founders. And I feel like they often struggle with, balancing their mental and physical health. So, by way of wrapping up this wonderful, wonderful conversation, and for all the entrepreneurs that are watching our show today, tell me one piece of advice, a practical tip, that they can probably, inculcate in their day-to-day lifestyle to be a happy soul.
Just come to Happy Soul. Just come to the platform, take your pick. There isn't a one-size-fits-all. There's so many different things that people are going through in their life at different headspaces and different ages and stages and needs. So, just come to Happy Soul. We're developing it. There are more people being uploaded every day. There are more products being uploaded every day. There are more destinations you can visit being uploaded every day. It's going to be your one-stop wellness shop for all your wellness needs.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Pooja, for joining us today on this lovely fireside chat. It was lovely having you today.
Lovely to be here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
And with that, it's a wrap on this episode of IDFC FIRST Bank Presents Leaders of Tomorrow Season 12. Stay tuned for Goa Springboard Part 2 tomorrow. We hope you enjoyed the episode. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.